You're about to meet some of the finest teachers in Collier County. Welcome to the 2019 Collier County Golden Apple Awards. I'm Kelly Burns.
And I'm Peter Bush. Tonight we recognize some of the finest teachers making a real difference in the lives of their students. There are thousands of them dedicated to educating the next generation.
For the next hour, Champions for Learning honors these teachers for their innovation, community involvement, and ideas that work.
Founded Champions for Learning, then the Education Foundation, 29 years ago with the purpose of honoring the teaching profession and saying thank you to teachers. Our community understood that to have the best quality of life, we need our children and their families to have every opportunity to be successful in their learning. That has always meant having great teachers with the very best support that we can provide them. So from highlighting and growing best teaching practices through Golden Apple, to investing in their innovative ideas through classroom grants, Champions for Learning stays very focused on how a community can change the lives of students and their families by supporting their teachers. Listening to teachers is what also inspired us to connect community members with students through mentoring, sharing careers and life skills, and providing our students with a range of perspectives to help them find their passions in life. So what began many years ago with the community's desire to invest in teachers became an organization that innovates and collaborates in support of life-changing learning experiences for every student. Throughout this evening's program, you'll learn how you can get involved, and we encourage you to become a champion alongside so many others. As we look ahead to our 30th year, a community 100% engaged in student success starts with you. So please join us and say thank you to the teachers in our community.
Each year, Champions for Learning honors the heart of the apple, someone who's committed to creating a culture of learning in our community. This year, it's Naples Daily News publisher, Bill Barker.
Congratulations to Bill Barker. He is being honored as this year's Heart of the Apple recipient. Bill has provided incredible leadership to the Board of Champions for Learning. Through his career in newspapers, he's built on the almost 30-year partnership between Naples Daily News and Champions for Learning. Add to that his personal dedication to the importance of education and the role Champions has played in Future Ready Collier. Bill Barker has clearly made a fundamental impact on our community.
Yeah, so the role the newspaper plays in how we bring it all together as a community and our support of it really comes back to our core mission of strengthening communities, making it a better place to live, work, and play. What Champions does very much aligns to our mission as well. We certainly believe that people have a need to be informed, be educated, be able to look out for themselves and have discernment and thought leadership. There's nothing better than what we do in our journalism to how that reflects in what children see as opportunities through education. It's a gateway. It creates opportunity.
It's important for the press to support education for a simple reason. Our kids are our future. They are our future. They're going to decide what kind of a community we have. They're going to decide whether the next generation is reared properly. They're going to decide what steps we take to make this a better community for all of us. And it all starts with being a good citizen, and you can't be a really good citizen unless you have a really good education.
To know that someone was invested in me and my future means the world to me. It means that someone wants to see me succeed. They want to see change in our community.
So what does a community look like that's 100% supportive of education and students? I would say a community looks like Naples. And I think it's very evident in the work that Champions is doing that it is a community effort.
Bill, I can never thank you enough for giving us that gift, for helping this community see the value that education holds, and for making sure our students know they're worthy of headlines.
Big smiles, everybody. Golden Apple teachers.
Oh my goodness.
Congratulations, sir.
Thank you very much.
Shine bright with enthusiasm.
You both have a golden apple. Congratulations. Oh, congratulations.
Ooh, thank you.
These are the educators using great ideas to ignite a passion for learning in your children. 55 of Collier County's public schools put forth an innovative teacher or team of teachers and their best practices to highlight as teachers of distinction. They learn from each other and are honored with a luncheon at Fleming's.
It's very important to our community and to the teachers. They do such amazing things in their classrooms, and lots of times the community doesn't know.
Nothing we do is as cool as having your face on a McDonald's placemat.
A recognition breakfast at McDonald's.
And the teachers totally enjoy arriving and seeing their pictures on the placemats. They'll take those back and show their children, and they're now continuing on in the process.
And a $250 cash award before a community-based committee selects the 2019 Golden Apple recipients.
It's so full circle for them to see me be rewarded as a champion when they are.
What do I do? What do I say?
Does anybody want an apple?
Of course.
This is amazing.
This truly just kind of validates that what we're doing here is working.
They each receive an additional $500 cash award plus a $5,000 grant from Suncoast Credit Union to adapt and share their ideas that impact student success.
Teachers are some of our greatest unsung heroes, but at Suncoast Credit Union, we're trying to change that. Founded in 1934 by local educators, we have a long history of supporting and affirming teachers. Since 1990, our foundation has invested over $22 million to initiatives that promote the education, health, and emotional well-being of children in the communities we serve. Our partnership with Champions for Learning ensures that teachers are valued and supported. As the presenting sponsor of Golden Apple, Suncoast Credit Unions believe that all children are deserving of a strong public education. Teachers develop young minds, bringing to the communities the next president, scientists, artists, educators, and more. Thank you for the work you do to grow a new generation. We are proud to share your stories of triumphs in the great profession of teaching.
Your fantastic future. Suncoast Credit Union can help you get there with trusted advice and the banking you need to live your best life. Because we're a credit union, profits come back to you with lower loan rates, higher earnings, and more free services. Anyone who lives on Florida's West Coast can bank with Suncoast. We have convenient branches, mobile and online banking, and free access to more than 30,000 ATMs nationwide. Your fantastic future starts here. See what banking at Suncoast can do for you.
So let's introduce you to tonight's Golden Apple recipients. The techniques being used by Krista Fusco from Vineyards Elementary School are so impactful, they're obvious even when the students go home.
In Krista Fusco's 4th grade class at Vineyards Elementary School, she's created a safe place to laugh, grow, and learn for her students. A growth mindset approach helps students understand that their capacity to learn is not fixed, but can be developed. Combining this strategy with individual exceptional education plans provides a foundation for success.
Turn your brains off. Turn them back on.
Reloading, reloading, reloading.
Eyes on me.
UIC.
In this classroom,
We are ready to take, making, laughter, sharing, independence, building, brain stretching sort of place where everyone matters.
good. I have a growth
mindset. Every day I will try my best. I will not quit, I will not rest until my brain has grown a bit and I have learned how to do it. If I fail, I will be okay. I will just try a different way. I will say I can do it better because I have a growth mindset.
Good job, Ledwar. We My best practice is laugh, grow, learn. Basically, it's the principle that laughter is key to all learning in the classroom. And if kids are laughing, they're learning. And if they're learning, they're growing. And if they're growing, they're achieving anything that they want and that they desire to. So many times you go to school, and if you think back to when you were in elementary school, it was not always fun. It was very book and desks in a row. And my classroom is the complete antithesis of that. We're tables, they can stand, they can sit, we're moving, we're singing, we're dancing. And laughter is pretty much a requirement in my room.
Because I know it's going to be a great day, because Ms. Fusco's always giving me a happy day, and I'm always cheerful when I walk into this classroom. The biggest thing I learned this year was to follow my heart and believe that I could do anything that comes to my mind.
The first teacher parent conference I had with Ms. Fusco, she had to pull off the box of tissues because she showed me Christian's grade, and they were all A's. Now it comes natural to him. He wants to learn, he wants to come to school.
Focusing on a different growth mindset quality each month, such as perseverance or learning from mistakes, provides opportunities for students to know that even though they may not get it yet, if they have grit and determination, they absolutely will achieve their goals with hard work. Krista wants her students to know that we're not perfect, but we're perfect the way we are.
My son's grades have improved drastically, and he actually cares about how well he's doing because he sees his progress. He didn't know what he was capable of until he came into this class, and Ms. Fusco's really pulled that out of him.
She helped me to learn by teaching me to never give up. I'm super proud of me learning a lot more than I ever have learned before.
We're really big on growth mindset in here, especially since we can be really hard on ourselves. So we constantly say, we've got the power of yet, because when you feel like everyone's got your back, it's really, really hard to give up. It's really, really hard to throw in the towel.
Krista's best practice has shown great results. Student grades are skyrocketing, they're more willing to challenge themselves with difficult tasks, and parents are seeing more positive attitudes even at home.
I want them to feel like they're champions. I want them to feel like there's nothing that they can't get through, no matter how high the odds are stacked against them. And if I can do that for 20 kids every year for the rest of my teaching career, it's priceless to me.
At Conditioned Air, we believe that a solid education is the key to a responsible and productive society for Collier's future. Conditioned Air is delighted to support the Golden Apple through Champions for Learning, and we've been doing so for more than 20 years now. On behalf of over 350 Conditioned Air coworkers, I'd like to congratulate the outstanding Golden Apple recipients this year. Your passion for teaching and sharing knowledge to children and young adults is inspiring to all of us. Congratulations.
Philip Barton teaches band at Immokalee Middle School, and his students are learning about a lot more than just how to play music.
At Immokalee Middle School, students are learning life lessons while mastering making beautiful music, thanks to teacher Philip Barton. By implementing a mastery-based pass-off system, this teacher ensures that students build upon a solid foundation and continue to grow their skills beyond the band room.
Ladies and gentlemen, all right, pass-offs. Yoselin. We have you, and then we're going to do Leslie. Dun, dun, dun. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 1, 2, ready, go.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2,
1, 2, 3, 4. Any comments? You all think that's good? Yes, ma'am. Amazing. Anybody got anything negative? How many are you going to give it to her? Yeah, I agree. That's pretty unanimous. So my best practice, I entitled it using band to teach students about life, because the biggest thing that I really want to accomplish with my students is application to life. The fact that we're supposed to be meeting expectations on a regular basis in every job. Music reinforces that tenfold, because you may get a 95% on a math test and that's satisfactory, but if we play 95% of our notes, we are going to sound horrible. So it's that going for the 100%, pushing to the max and doing exactly what you need to do. I hold my kids accountable though, on the music standpoint, with the pass-off system. And the pass-off system is implemented in their beginning band years, and it gets them to the process of playing predetermined exercises out of their beginning band book. And as they successfully pass off an exercise, they're able to move on to the next predetermined exercise. If they don't pass it off to my satisfaction, they'll stay on said exercise as long as they need to until they've mastered the skill necessary to move on.
I enjoy Mr. Barton's class because his class brings a second family to me, and you may wonder why does it do that or how does it do that. And like he says it very often, you're only as strong as your weakest link, and with band it's very true, because band is one, and you know when you're in band you can depend on everybody else and you're not alone no matter what, because at the end of the day it's never just you. You have other people with you at the same time.
So, yes, accountability is a big factor. The changes that I've seen in my son since he began is, first off, he's getting better at music. He's always the type that as he plays and then he stops, and no, keep going, don't stop, keep going. And, and I've seen him, do repetitively, and he keeps getting better.
By setting goals and tracking progress, as well as the rate at which each student is achieving their goals, Philip is able to translate learning in band class to preparing his students to have perseverance in difficult times, which will serve them well for the future.
To mastering skills, he gives them the opportunity to grow. He gives them a thumbs up when they're doing great, and it is just overwhelming to see all that expression that the children respect them and the children get respected back, and that pushes them more to learn.
It's important to thank our teachers because they teach what could be our future generation of workers, such as teachers, workers, officemen, women.
I take my job as a related arts teacher extremely seriously. Like, I'm one of the few classes that they choose to have. They're going to choose where they go to school if they go to college. They're going to choose what jobs they apply for. They're going to choose all these avenues in their life. Well, they chose band.
Every student needs to meet the expectations in order for the band as a whole to perform beautiful music. Philip has created a culture that consistently leads to superior ratings and is a roadmap for success.
I've luckily been teaching long enough to be able to see some finished products of kids that have come through my program. This is my 9th year at this school. I have former students of mine that have purchased homes on the street that I live on. I have students that are future doctors and nurses and lawyers and engineers and welders, and I get to hear these success stories because they come back and visit.
Golden Apple gives our community a chance to say thank you to our teachers and gives them the support and tools they need to provide students with the best possible education. Through visits to classrooms and meeting teachers, I have learned how creative our teachers are in getting students excited about their own learning. I am inspired by their dedication and commitment, and it is my honor to provide teachers in the Golden Apple process with cash awards. Collier County students and families are the winners thanks to these outstanding teachers.
This year, 55 Collier County Public Schools put together teachers who best represent their school as a whole.
Join us in honoring these teachers of distinction.
I feel so alive, yeah, I'm happy head to toe, I'm in overdrive, we're alright, clear those clouds away, I can feel the sun, yeah, let the music play, now we've just begun. 'Cause these are the best days. These are the best days. These are the best days of our lives, of our lives. There's magic in the air, and it feels so right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So follow if you dare, and you'll see the light shine so bright. 'Cause these are the best days. These are the best days. These are the best days. These are the best days of our lives, of our lives. Yeah. Oh, can you feel the spotlight shining on down? Yeah, it's alright. Live in the moment and find your place in this world. Every boy, every girl, yeah. Follow your dreams, let them lead, let them guide. All you do, let them see you through, and they'll see you through. 'Cause these are the best days. These are the best days. These are the best days of our lives, of our lives. Yeah. These are the best days. Oh, these are the best days. These are the best days. Oh, these are the best days. These are the best days. Oh, these are the best days of our lives, of our lives. Yeah.
Congratulations to all of our Golden Apple teachers. At Moorings Park Senior Living, we are a mission-driven organization dedicated to successful aging. As a result, we love partnering with Champions for Learning and its passion and dedication to life-changing learning experiences for students. As a leading employer in Collier County, Moorings Park relies on an educated workforce which is now over 800 strong. We know that without the work of our educators, we could not hope to fulfill our commitment to provide the best aging services to our residents. Moorings Park is proud of our association with Champions for Learning and to honor these exceptional Golden Apple winners. Congratulations again, and please know that you are greatly admired and appreciated.
Kim Benedict's goal at Gulf Coast High School is to keep her students engaged, and it is working. The students want to be in class.
At Gulf Coast High School, Kim Benedict's 9th grade honors English class is anything but boring. By using technology, competition, and games, Students are engaged and challenged. The end result? Students are achieving more than even they expected.
Words, 55 of our 98, okay? So definition on one end, and then a vocab word on the other. These don't match. So you're gonna get 2, 3, 4 cards, and then I'll probably start with Luke. He'll read the definition of one of the cards, and then whoever has that definition will go, and then we'll kind of go through all 55. Hopefully, you'll be able to beat third period, 1 minute and 7 seconds. I'll tell you what I did though. 2 rounds, not shuffling the second. So my best practice is all about engagement. I have the kids for 49 minutes every day, and my idea is I want them engaged. I want them to be present, and I want them to be interacting with one another using technology and having fun, but also being challenged at the same time. I think as a high school teacher, it's hard to get high schoolers to care about school. So I wanted to make it where they were having fun, where they thought they were learning a lot, and where they were really invested in their education, and engagement just really seemed to be the thing that worked. The impact of engagement in my classroom has been really exciting. I've had a lot of students who I know would like to, sit back and be shy and not participate. And it's really nice to see those students come out of their shell and really get involved with the class, because that means they're taking control of their learning and they're invested and having fun at the same time.
I think she's made me a lot more confident, because one of the things that she did was Socratic seminars, and I never wanted to talk or anything, and she kind of just got me out of my shell over the year, because I was really quiet and didn't talk, and then I became so much more comfortable in the environment of the classroom that she just made me more open in my classrooms to talk about things that I'm struggling with in class, and to ask questions, just because she was such a person that we looked up to.
For my student, it makes it fun and enjoyable because a lot of kids don't like to read, and she reads. She's a reading machine. So I think it teaches her a better way to read and be engaged in what she's reading at the time. She actually enjoys what she does, and that's what I like most about her.
With the best practice of boredom shatters, engagement matters, Kim uses a variety of strategies to keep her students engaged with the material. She's been able to increase her students' comprehension and retention of vocabulary, resulting in a 99% proficiency from her class on the Florida Standard Assessment.
I feel that it's so important to thank our teachers, because they're with our children all day. They're building blocks, and when they go off into the world, they're going to remember that teacher. They're going to remember that Miss Benedict taught them this or sat next to them to teach them more or make them understand.
I am very glad that she was selected for the Golden Apple, because she is one of my favorite teachers so far, and I think she really deserves it. She's always a very down-to-earth person, and honestly, I see it as a privilege to have her as a teacher.
I think that being engaged in learning is something that's going to benefit my students for years to come, their entire lives even, because if they can be engaged in reading great books, if they can be engaged in even getting better and challenging themselves, I think that is something that they can take with them and apply for the rest of their lives.
Developing a robust vocabulary and deepening comprehension is not easy, but it is critical for successful and brighter futures. This teacher is ensuring that her students have the power of knowledge to help them along their path.
I love telling stories, telling jokes, talking with students, and just trying to make it fun for me, but also fun for them, because if I'm engaged, then they're going to be engaged. If I'm having fun, they'll be having fun. And we really can accomplish our jobs. I can teach them and they can learn, and we can have a great time doing it.
There are exceptional teachers in every one of Collier County's public schools.
We continue to honor these teachers of distinction.
I feel so alive, yeah. to toe. I'm in overdrive. Well, alright. Clear those clouds away. I can feel the sun. Yeah. Let the music play. Now we've just begun. I'm ready. 'Cause these are the best days. These are the best days. These are the best days of our lives, of our lives. There's magic in the air, and it feels so right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So follow if you dare, and you'll see the light shine so bright. 'Cause these are the best days. These are the best days. These are the best days of our lives, of our lives. Yeah. Oh, can you feel the spotlight shining on down? Yeah, it's alright. Live in the moment and find your place in this world. Every boy, every girl, yeah. Follow your dreams, let them lead, let them guide. All you do, let them see you through, and they'll see you through. 'Cause these are the best days. These are the best days. These are the best days of our lives, of our lives. Yeah. These are the best days. Oh, these are the best days. These are the best days. Oh, these are the best days. These are the best days. Oh, these are the best days of our lives, of our lives. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Penny Fisher, editor of the Naples Daily News. All of us at the Naples Daily News would like to congratulate this year's Golden Apple honorees. Without the dedication you provide your students and schools each day, this community would not thrive the way it does. Thank you for providing our young generation the environment that allows them to flourish into young adults who will become active and devoted members of their communities. The Naples Daily News is proud to sponsor such an outstanding program and organization.
Jill Striz teaches third graders at Village Oaks Elementary School. Not only are they flexing their brain power, but they're also learning social skills along the way. In Jill Striz's third grade class at Village Oaks Elementary, the students are mad about learning, in a good way, by modeling high expectations, fostering accountability, and facilitating dynamic interactions. She's encouraging collaboration and helping them grow social skills along the way.
First the dividend do-do-do-do, first the dividend do-do-do-do, first the dividend do-do-do-do, first the dividend. Next the divisor do-do-do-do, next the divisor do-do-do-do, next the divisor do-do-do-do, next the divisor. Find the quotient do-do-do-do, find the quotient do-do-do-do, find the quotient do-do-do-do, find the quotient. Solve that last do-do-do-do, solve that last do-do-do-do, solve that last do-do-do-do, solve that last.
My best practice is MAD about learning, and it stands for Modeling High Expectations, Accountability, and Dynamic Interactions. And modeling high expectations is really explaining to students that I expect the very best from them and I won't settle for anything less. And when you set that high expectation, they always exceed it and they continue to grow. And accountability, I use a lot of accountability talking stems and teaching kids how to be active listeners and holding them accountable through cooperative learning and dynamic interactions. I really believe that we need to make school a place kids want to be and not have to be, and the way to do that is make learning fun and engaging. And through dynamic interactions, they're doing that while also learning social skills that they can take with them the rest of their lives.
I enjoy Mrs. Strizz's class because she makes learning fun. For example, in science, we work together to make marshmallow babies. During this activity, we learn how to work together to solve problems. Mrs. Strizz has helped me learn by teaching me strategies such as underlining text features like cause and effect, which help me understand the text better.
Because my child has learned so much academically, in the way he studies and the way he behaves. I think it is great because children need to learn to be more responsible for their own actions. I've seen so much change. He has learned so much. Last year he had some troubles and he has improved so much. I think it's super important because of the way they give their help and educate our children. Well, for me it is very important.
Jill's best practice is allowing her to meet the needs of all the learners in her classroom. She's helping them to find their voice and gain confidence in themselves, all while equipping them to exceed their goals. This learning environment is an incubator for trying new things and succeeding.
I'm very appreciative of all the things that she's doing and still has done for my son. I really hope as he moves forward with his, his preliminary education, he finds another teacher like her. I would just, say thank you and just to let her know that she's highly respected in my book.
I'm glad she's earned the Golden Apple because she works hard every day and should be honored. It is important to say thank you to our teachers because they teach us a lot.
I think that my best practice changes these kids' future because it's giving them a chance. I think that they have hardships that a lot of us don't face, and I think that showing them what they're capable of and how much they can grow in 1 year really sets a mindset that I can do this and I can be successful. And I think that every kid deserves this education and deserves to know that somebody believes in them and that they can and will succeed.
By helping students own their learning and providing them with opportunities to combine kinesthetic movement and symbols, she's found a winning formula that's more than double their average yearly reading growth.
I love being a teacher because of the kids. They make me want to be here every single day, and they show me how much of an impact you can have on the world through one classroom. And I think that through these kids, they drive me to want to be a better person and a better teacher because they deserve that and they deserve the best.
It's important for NBC2 and Waterman Broadcasting to donate time to support tonight's Golden Apple Awards. We're so proud to honor these teachers for what they do each and every day to inspire our young students, who will become society's next generation of leaders. I hope as you watch tonight's special that you'll go back into the classroom and remember that one teacher that really inspired you and that made you the success that you are today. And then you'll understand why it's so important that these wonderful teachers be honored.
Collier County's Teachers of Distinction are making a great impact in the classroom.
Join us as we honor them for their hard work and dedication.
I feel so alive, yeah. I'm happy head to toe. I'm in overdrive. Well, alright. Clear those clouds away. I can feel the sun. Yeah. Let the music play. Now we've just begun. I'm ready. 'Cause these are the best days. These are the best days. These are the best days of our lives, of our lives. There's magic in the air, and it feels so right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So follow if you dare, and you'll see the light shine so bright. 'Cause these are the best days. These are the best days. These are the best days of our lives, of our lives. Yeah. Oh, can you feel the spotlight shining on down? Yeah, it's alright. Live in the moment and find your place in this world. Every boy, every girl, yeah. Follow your dreams, let them lead, let them guide. All you do, let them see you through, and they'll see you through. 'Cause these are the best days. These are the best days. These are the best days of our lives, of our lives. Yeah. These are the best days. Oh, these are the best days. These are the best days. Oh, these are the best days. These are the best days. Oh, these are the best days of our lives, of our lives. Yeah.
Congratulations to all the teachers who were selected for the Golden Apple Recognition Program. Wells Fargo is very proud to once again sponsor this program because we recognize the important role that teachers play in the lives of our students in our community. In 2018, Wells Fargo gave $444 million to local charities across the United States, and education is one of our top priorities. We're proud to recognize our outstanding teachers who go above and beyond each day. And teachers, thank you for all that you do to help our students become successful.
Stephanie Cashin and Denise Giovinazzo have a unique teaching technique at East Naples Middle School, one that allows students to learn through mentoring each other.
At East Naples Middle School, there's a dynamic cross-grade level teaching duo that's using the different perspectives of 6th and 8th graders to create unique one-to-one growth opportunities. By partnering on their best practice of peer learning, Stephanie and Denise are empowering students and increasing confidence.
Looking at the prompt sheet, what type of essay are we writing with this prompt? Miss Bennett. This is an informative essay. How do we know? What is the clue that tells us? Sarah? It says explaining. All right, it says to explain. Are there any other indicators or clues? How do we know that they want us to write informative? Leslie? It doesn't suggest to address a counterclaim. So what I want you guys to do is make this an argumentative prompt. You're going to change the language in it so Mrs. Giovinazzo's students get a chance to work with a counterclaim today.
All right, so your papers should have your first 2 body paragraphs
as your reasons why or why not. Your third body paragraph should be your counterclaim. Our best practice is that we have groups of 6th grade students work with groups of 8th grade students, and they come together and they will do things like reading text, answering questions, learning how to annotate the text. One of the things that we were trying to address with this practice is the idea that there's 25 students and one of us, and they all have different writing levels. They all come from different writing backgrounds, and so they all need individualized attention and help.
So I thought it'd be more interesting if they teach someone else how to write an essay, and that would help them kind of go over, review what they need to do to write the essay, but also to, serve a fellow student and help them learn how to write the essay.
Working with the 8th graders is great. I think it was a great idea, and it really helps me learn more. I mean, having a buddy to actually help me that's a little bit more on my level and knows what I've gone through a little bit more, because they've been in 6th grade 2 years earlier. And it's really helpful. If we don't thank our teachers, they don't know we love them.
So having that cross-age group come together broadens not just the ability for the teachers to teach, but for the students to learn together and to work together to really push and excel at a level, but to also not feel alone.
By connecting their classes, these teachers have put in place powerful peer mentoring relationships that are producing phenomenal benefits. The younger students gain one-to-one coaching, while the older students gain confidence in their knowledge and learn more by applying it to help others. It's truly a win-win.
You can't pay teachers enough for everything that they do above and beyond what is required of them to do to teach our students and our future leaders. So anything extra, any organizations extra that help them out and give them the recognition that they deserve is appreciated, at least by this parent.
The way Ms. Cashin teaches is very thought-provoking, and it gets you to want to learn on your own, and it's a change of pace. I'm so proud of Ms. Giovinazzo and Ms. Cashin for receiving the Golden Apple Award.
When they're given the opportunity to feel like they're accomplishing something by working with a student that needs their help and needs their assistance, they're more than willing to branch out and guide that student, talk to that student.
By creating deliberate pairings in the classroom, the students have flourished, demonstrating mastery of the materials and knowledge of the subject, as well as developing positive peer relationships.
One of the things I enjoyed most growing up was learning. I loved learning about anything that was presented to me. And my mother instilled in me the value of education. And no matter what we were doing, she always tried to make a game out of it or a lesson out of it. So I just found so much opportunity and enjoyment in doing that for others as well.
I became a teacher because I love teaching students. I love working with kids. And it's amazing to get to work with them and see them each have their own success story, and to get to be a part of that is incredible.
Lake Park Elementary's Ashley Stafford teaches math to 4th graders, and she knows that to help students learn, it takes a lot more than just numbers.
In Ashley Stafford's 4th grade Lake Park Elementary class, she's transforming the math classroom with her best practice of integrative mathematics. By including technology and movement, among other fun game-style activities, her students are registering top rankings for math gains in the district.
So your job will change every round. When you get a new problem, you're going to have a new job. Make sense? If there's someone on your team that needs a little help, could you help them out? Can you help them out? Yep. Of course, please help them out. You guys, we've mixed 2 classes together today, so everybody's in a little bit of a different spot, so it's okay to help each other out. You're gonna help each other learn today. Are we good? All right, I'm gonna come around and set your mats, and you can get started with your popcorn problems. Yes? I like it though, you're excited. Okay. How'd you do? Okay. We'll crumple this back up. Pick a new one. Pick a popcorn, any popcorn. Go. So my best practice is called Integrative Mathematics, Transforming the Math Classroom. And it's all about different ways we incorporate technology and picture books and classroom transformations into our lessons to make them more engaging for our students and more hands-on and interact with the content in multiple ways. A classroom transformation is when we like to tie in different themes that go really well with our standards, and it lends itself to integrating more real-world content into the lesson. Today we did something called Knock It Out of the Park, and it was a baseball transformation. So we've been working really hard on decimal and decimal place value and ways we can connect that to fractions. So we took a look at how that applies to baseball in the real world, and we did some practice with different themes at the concession stands and looking at batting averages of real baseball players, and then taking the opportunity to use those averages and learn how to place them on a number line.
Mrs. Stafford is so amazing, and she's awesome, and she makes everything fun, and she's always encouraging us to just try our hardest whenever we're struggling. I'm just proud of that. I keep on getting good grades in math class just because Miss Stafford and the way she's teaching me how to solve problems.
I really think that the best thing about Mrs. Stafford's class for all the children is that she integrates all these amazing fun things in with her learning. So every time there's a new lesson, the kids are excited to do it. I hear about Mrs. Stafford's going to do this tomorrow or this next week, so it keeps the kids really engaged and wanting to learn.
Helping her students master the content through unusual, engaging lessons like bowling for quotients or writing their own music. This teacher is not only transforming her classroom, but also her students' success.
I mean, this class is a great place for kids. There's so much interactive lessons going on. It's engaging. There's 100% participation going on in every lesson she does. Miss Stafford's best practice are amazing to take the time, energy, and dedication to come up with the creative ideas to bring math into real-world situations for the kids. Takes it to a new level for them.
In the beginning of the year, I felt like that I didn't do really good at math, and now I feel like an expert.
Some of the positive outcomes from my best practice have just been their confidence, their excitement for coming to school and being a part of our classroom, and the tremendous growth that they show each year. I liked using the word transform in the name of my best practice because I really feel like from the beginning of the year to the end, they do make this tremendous transformation, and that's such a privilege and an honor to watch every year.
Ashley has created opportunities for authentic student-centered learning that keeps her class engaged, on track, and continually striving to reach their potential.
I just want to be that educator that builds my students up and makes them comfortable and feel confident with what they're learning, so that when they do leave me one day, they can carry that with them and know that they have a strong foundation and someone that helped make a difference for them.
Thank you for watching this special presentation of the 2019 Collier County Golden Apple Awards.
Being a champion for learning is a full-time job. You are so appreciated, teachers. We and the entire community thank you for all you do for our children. Good night.